boys and girls. Today we are going to be reading a book. It's called The Snail and the Whale. I'm going to start the lesson with a quick little poem. Guys, listen carefully. Okay. I like the ocean. I like the sea. I like the water splashing on me. Okay, guys. So, this week we have done the topic water. Now, this is why I've chosen this book, because it's about a whale and a snail and the deep, deep ocean. Okay, so the author of the book, which is the person who writes all the pretty words and tells us a story, the author of this book is Julia Donaldson. And the illustrator, which is the person who draws all the beautiful pictures we love looking at, for this book is Axel Scheffler. Okay, boys and girls, so we're going to start our book. Can you guys see the beautiful whale? It's very, very big. Okay. And can anyone see the little snail? Yes, guys, he's right over there on the tip of the tail. Okay, so let's start. This is a tale of a tiny snail and a great big grey blue humpback whale. This is a rock as black as soot, and this is a snail with an itchy foot. The sea snail slithered all over the rock and gazed at the sea and the ships in the dock. And as she gazed, she sniffed and sighed, "The sea is deep and the world is wide. How I long to sail," said the snail. These are the other snails in the flock, who all stuck tight to the smooth black rock, and said to the snail with an itchy foot, "Be quiet, don't wiggle, sit still, stay put." But the tiny sea snail sniffed and sighed, then cried, "I've got it, I'll hitch a ride." This is a tiny trail of the tiny, tiny snail, a silvery trail that looped and curled and said, "Ride wanted around the world." So boys and girls, who of you have seen a snail before? Yes, okay, good guys. And can you remember when you saw that snail and it walked across, could you see a little line that it left behind? Little silvery shiny line. And when you touch it, it's a bit wet. Yes guys, that's the silvery line we're talking about here. Okay, can you see? She writes on the rock, she says, "Ride wanted around the world." Okay. Oh my, can you guys see the huge whale? Very, very big. This is a whale who came one night when the tide was high and the stars were bright. A humpback whale immensely long, who sang to the snail a wonderful song of shimmering ice and coral caves and shooting stars and enormous waves. And this is a tale of the humpback whale. He held it out to the starlit sea and said to the snail, "Come sail with me." See how the snail climbs onto the tail of the whale? This is a sea so wild and free that carried the whale and the snail on his tail to towering icebergs in far-off lands. Wow, guys, can you see all the snow? Icebergs. Oh my, must be freezing. What are these, guys? Yes, they're penguins. Very good. And this one hiding in the back. Yes, it's a seal. Very good, guys. With fiery mountains and golden sands. Oh, wow. These are the waves that arched and crashed, that foamed and frolicked and sprayed and splashed the tiny snail on the tail of the whale. Oh my, that wave's very, very big, guys. These are the caves beneath the waves, where colourful fish with feathery fins and sharks with hideous toothy grins swam past the whale and the snail on the tail. Oh my, can you see their sharp teeth? Oh dear. This is a sky so vast and high, sometimes sunny and blue and warm, sometimes filled with thunderstorms, with zigzag to lightning and flashing frightening, the tiny snail on the tail of the whale. Oh my, that must be really scary, guys. Look. Oh my, that lightning. And she gazed at the sky, the sea, the land, the waves and the caves and the golden sand. She gazed and gazed, amazed by it all, and she said to the whale, "I feel so small." But then came the day the whale lost his way. Oh dear. These are the speedboats running a race, zigging and zooming all over the place, upsetting the whale with their ear-splitting roar, making him swim too close to the shore. Oh no, this is the tide slipping away. Oh no, boys and girls, what's going to happen to the whale? Oh dear. And this is a whale lying beached in a bay. Okay, boys and girls, when we say beached, it is when the whale gets stuck on the sand and he can't get back into the water. "Quick, off the sand, back to the sea," cried the snail. "I can't move, I'm too big," moaned the whale. The snail felt helpless and terribly small. "Then I've got it," she cried, and started to crawl. "I must not fail," said the small snail. This is a bell in the school in the ground, ringing the children in from their play. Okay, this is the teacher holding the chalk, telling the class, "Sit straight, don't talk." This is a board, black as soot, and this is a snail with an itchy foot. A snail, the teacher turns pale. "Look," says the children, "it's leaving a trail." This is a trail of a tiny snail, a silver trail saying, "Save the whale." Oh my, very, very clever. These are the children running from school, fetching the firemen, digging a pool, squirting and spraying to keep the whale cool. Can you guys see? The firemen are hosing down the whale to make sure he stays cool, and the boys and girls from school and all around are trying to dig a hole around the whale so the water can come in from the ocean. This is the tide coming into the bay, and these are the villagers shouting, "Hooray!" as the whale and the snails travel safely away. Oh yay, guys, so they made it out. The whale got back into the ocean. Back to the duck and the flock on the rock, who said, "How time's flown, and haven't you grown?" And the whale and the snail told their wonderful tale of shimmering ice and coral caves, and shooting stars and enormous waves, and of how the snail, so small and frail, with her looping, curling, silvery trail, saved the life of the humpback whale. Then the humpback whale held out his tail, and on crawled snail after snail after snail. Oh my, they all climbed onto the tail of the whale. Oh my, look guys, they're all gonna sail around the world. And they sang to the sea as they all set sail on the tail of the grey-blue humpback whale. That's the end, boys and girls.